Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome to the Three Hammers. I didn't do a review yesterday. I do apologise. Didn't have a lot of time. Paul wasn't feeling very well, so he couldn't join me. So I thought, do you know what? I'll leave it a day. Just nearly 24 hours now since the game kicked off. Watch match of the day, watch West Ham Fan TV, watch Hammers Chat, and taking what you guys are thinking about the game. Really, read what the papers were saying and take a proper look at it, see what the pundits were saying, and see, once you've all calmed down after such a brilliant result, how good a result was that yesterday, and sort of reflect on it whilst I've calmed down. I think the picture of the day, I've got to flash it up because it's just brilliant and it's real Premier League moment. I think this will be remembered by now, even though it's just West Ham Chelsea game. I think this will be one of those when they do the Sky Sports Premier League years and it comes up the 2019-2020 season. I'm telling you that these pictures flashed around really, really well. What a moment. Obviously, I'll go more into the game as we go along and my opinions on the game, but this sums up everything. It really does. This is the sort of moment we've been needing. Alvin Martin's son, David Martin, making his Premier League debut at 33. Kept a clean sheet. Went up to hug his dad, obviously West Ham legend Alvin Martin. All the players, just you could see how happy they were for him, and just a great moment yesterday. It really, really was. So starting lineup for us guys was Martin in goal. Big change, a change that was needed though. Roberto was dropped. There was quite a few changes actually in a sort of slight change of formation. Frederiksen right back, Buena and centre back. Obviously Diop was suspended. Swell held his place at left back. A midfield of Rice, Funnels, Noble, Snodgrass, Anderson, and Antonio up front. So that was the big thing. That was the big ballsy change from Pellegrini. Obviously, he dropped Haller, big money signing, and went with Antonio. And that's where, it did go right in the end. But obviously, before the game, we was all a little bit like, I don't know, maybe he's dropped the wrong person and maybe Anderson should have been the one that got dropped. It was good to see Masuaku back on the bench as well. From the lineup, as soon as you see that Roberto wasn't in goal, there was a slight more optimism than what it was if, let's say, Roberto would have been named on the team sheet. If you have got any questions during the live stream, guys, please put them in the comments. Drop away. So this is the review, like I say, of the Chelsea versus West Ham game. In the first half, he did well. We was in the game. Antonio was causing all sorts of mischief. And what did we say in the podcast, in the week? A willing runner, power, strength, passion. They did well. That left back, I know he got murked by Cresswell in the second half, but that Reece James looked really good. The right back Reece James did really, really well. Emerson was a danger down the left-hand side for them. Pulisic always looked like he could sort of create something in and out of the magic. They didn't have too much. They didn't have too many chances. There was one where Martin spilled and he sort of managed to reclaim it. We had a great header though. Antonio in the first half that Pepper saved. Yeah, it was okay. We did well. We looked really strong defensively. We looked organised, which we haven't done for a few games. We haven't looked organised, but the first half was okay. At 0-0, my confidence was starting to just slowly grow a little bit. It's like we possibly could hurt these. The defence looks okay for us, and Antonio was causing all sorts of mischief. Second half. Obviously, the goal came, didn't it? I'll just flash a picture up for you guys because it was a great moment. As well, skipped inside Reece James. Was it Reece James? Is that his name? Lovely, sort of faked the cross, cut inside. Then on his right foot, he's curled it past Kepa. And it was a great goal. It really was a great goal. And, 1-0 up. something to hold on to, some position we haven't been in for a long time. You know, it's been a lot of games, and we haven't been in that sort of position. Really good goal. A little bit later on, obviously, and we had a header as well that was well saved. Antonio's one was disallowed. Listen, that's the rules of VAR now. You know, handballs are given for that now, unfortunately, and we're celebrating like mad at first. It was like, "Whee! We've done it. We're 2-0 up. We ain't gonna lose this." So yeah, that goal being disallowed, that did sort of add the pressure on a little bit. They brought on Hudson and it didn't really change much for us. Masuaku coming up left wing. That was one talking point, I suppose I could say. And, when Anderson was taken off, see, there was that slight, which seemed a bit of altercation between him and Pellegrini. I'm saying that us sort of airing our dirty laundry in public. But then there's others saying it was good to see, you know, it made this two that care. It showed that Anderson cared, maybe, you know, that he wanted to be on and sort of still contribute to the game. Let's go into the comments very quickly from you guys. Neil says, evening from South Australia. It's 11:50 on a Sunday evening. From the little I see of the game, Pellegrini looked more engaged in the game. Do you agree? You got to say that, you know, even from his press conference, any of you guys that caught his press conference, you got to say he looked like a man with a point to prove. Maybe the Jose Mourinho loss really wound him up and upset him, and maybe the rumours, you know, have sort of thought time to kick it, you know. Listen, we haven't won there in 17 years, you know, so again, that puts even more on it. It's always great to beat Frank Lampard as well. Yeah, you've got to give him credit for dropping Haller. I don't really give him credit for the Martin one, because that had to happen. You know, that had to happen. It could have been a nagging goal. It just had to change. Neil says, what a great guy it was. Definitely was a fantastic goal. Yeah, they had a few half chances. I can't say they had massive chances, really. They sort of run out of ideas, you know. It may have been a different game if Tammy Abrahams was playing. Yeah, I think we contained them quite well, to be honest with you. I think we played a really good game. We definitely went there with a game plan. Bueno was really solid. I'll give our ratings in a minute, guys. Bueno was solid. Bueno was the best games I've seen him play for us in a long time. He's been missed. In there, he's just calm. He's very calm. He don't look as flappy as he has been. Rice was immense. Really was immense. Antonio, what he offers, he's just so powerful, and he makes defenders think, and that's what we don't have when he doesn't play. Like we always say, we can argue about his technical ability. He's never ever going to be the best technical player in our team, but he makes the opposition think. A bit like that Saint Maxim guy, you know, not technically the best player in the world. He made us think, oh, we've got to cover there, we can't go forward there, we can't bob forward there, and it just, I don't know, it gives us a different dynamic completely. Antonio could have had at least a couple, was a header in the first half. Unfortunately, went straight to the keeper. Yeah, it was a great header, Neil. Again, and then he had that one where it sort of like, I don't know, it sort of bobbled on his knee, and he didn't react quick enough. It was a weird one, that was. Hammers fan, hi mate. This paper over the cracks though would be typical to go to Wolves on when they're not full. Yeah, I think that's fair point to go on to, actually. It's okay playing like that against Chelsea. You know, you haven't really got to motivate a dressing room when you come up against a Chelsea and Arsenal, still Man United to a certain extent, City, Liverpool's, even Spurs, which we weren't motivated for at all. Yeah, if we go to Wolves and performance level drops, you know, and it's that concentration and that organisation's not there. Again, the question marks are still going to be there for Pellegrini, and they are still there. They are still there. As good as a result that was yesterday, you know, if anything, maybe it gives you more questions of why wasn't Martin brought in sooner? Why did you bring Ogbonna in for those 3 games? Yes, he was good yesterday. It was clear that Ogbonna was our best defender from the beginning. When we was on that little run at the beginning of the season, Ogbonna was our best defender. Why is it? I don't know. I mean, now again, I was sort of very, very much on the. I think it's time for a change. Part of me does sort of swing towards to the 50-50 a bit again now, because it's like, I say, see what happens at Wolves, and if we can, I'll take a draw at Wolves. They're a good side. Obviously, their manager, sort of very highly regarded manager, the Wolves manager, and then the Arsenal game, if they haven't got a new manager by then, is a very winnable game in my opinion. Maybe those 2 games, these 3 games were important, So if we got, say, 5 points of the next 2, 5 points out of these 3 games we had, so we've already got 3. So if we can manage another 2 points, I think it's fair to say that he can be given another few games. No, let me know what you think. Would you be a? You rewrite that question. I'll answer it if you rewrite. I don't really understand it. Would you be a? Rewrite that question and I'll answer it. Neil says, have we found ourselves a ginger fab? He looked like a keeper, played like a keeper, communicated well with the rest of the team, and they really trusted him in the job. Yeah, and I think as well, I think it's clear to see that Martin probably is a big West Ham fan as well. And his dad is a 21-year legend at West Ham. He played at West Ham for 21 years. He grew up around the club. He grew up, with the Trevor Brookins and the all the legends of that era. Alvin's a great player. Listen, David Martin can keep us ticking over till Fabianski comes back. Brilliant. Like I say, it's just what it is with him. It was just like you say there, Neil, a goalkeeper. There are too many goalkeepers in the modern game. Adrian suffered from it. I think they're footballers, and they try to make the game about themselves. A good goalie, you shouldn't even notice them. You shouldn't even notice they're there until they save a shot. Unless you're Edison, Alisson, Courtois, De Gea to a certain extent as well. Apart from those elite goalkeepers, you shouldn't even notice your goalkeepers there. And I think sometimes even Roberto was shocking anyway. Like I say, with your Adrians and people like that, sometimes they get caught in that trap of they have to be like these modern goalkeepers and then forget about the actual basics of catching a ball, being dominant in the box. Maybe. DJ Markey says, DJ Blokey, Martin in goal gave our defence so much confidence. 100 million% agree with you there. You could just tell, they was okay in the ball back. As soon as he caught that sort of first ball and saved a couple of shots, they knew he ain't going to make a real bad error. If he makes an error, it would be probably, just slight lack of concentration. They were able to concentrate on everything in front of them and not worry about beyond. And so true. So true. Again, that's back to that question marks of we could see it, Pellegrini didn't. Shama says, there's no denying it was a great result and even better moment for the Martin family. We have been here so many times before. Pellegrini still needs to be on his game. He does. It can't be a soften up in training where they can't turn up in training tomorrow on Monday morning and be like, that's all right, we've done that. Won it. We've got that run there. That West Ham fans have stayed quiet now. No, we need to be back in there and saying we want to be this big club. At the end of the day, if we do beat Wolves, if we beat them, everyone points to them, and then we're up in the top 6 again, and all this argument of relegation goes away. So that should be your inspiration. But how many times as well have we been there that we're 1 win away from 6th, we're 1 win away from 5th, we're 1 win away from 7th? We blow it. This is key game to see whether we've turned the corner on Wednesday night. I'll go more into the Wolves game either on the podcast in a week or a little bit later on in today's show. Just wanted to say as well, guys, if you're wondering what the name of the show is, so really been enjoying these Sunday little things with you guys, like having little chats with you and little Q&As with you. So the only show I can think of, let me know if you can think of a better name for it. I called it the Sunday All the Gear No Idea Show Q&A, okay? Because it's just a phrase that they say in my work in PE, because I'm a PE teacher, and then sometimes when I teach dance, obviously I've got all the gear on, but I ain't got no idea. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to dance, so I thought that would be a good name for the show. Let me know if you like the name of the show for a Sunday. Neil says, him having tears in his eyes at the end of the game when he hugged his father brought tears to my eyes too. Yeah, I don't know whether any of you guys listen to TalkSport. I think the guy's name's Andy Burnham or something like that. He was commentating on a game with Moose in Abrahams. He had to sort of like stop talking. He was like, Moose, you're going to have to take over. This is one of the most emotional things I've seen at a football match in all my years of commentating. Like, just to see it at 33 as well. Now, I'm 34. He's only a year younger than me, that Martin. To see how much it meant to him, you know, to his Premier League debut, a winning game, a clean sheet. That's what we've been lacking, you know. Some of these players, prima donnas, don't mean nothing to them in football, and West Ham don't mean nothing to them. You know, Martin is your footballer that's, you know, he's played in them lower leagues and he's just spent his time there. When you see a player like that in the Premier League make his debut, have such a big impact, and it means so much to them. Some of them prima donnas and some of them higher paid players should look at him, see how lucky they are, and what it should mean to you to be playing football and to be playing for West Ham. Whether you're a West Ham fan or not, we are a big club. You know what I mean? We're not the biggest club. We are a big club. Olive says, would you play Masuaku left wing and rest Anderson for Wolves? I think there's an argument for that. Lacking confidence, Felipe Anderson. He looked better in spells. Got to say, Fornals looked really good as well. It's really wrong for me not to have mentioned him already, actually. One of his better games yesterday. And I think he will get better. We need to remember how young he is. And he's coming into a hard team. And I don't think he's the player we thought he was as well. I don't think he is Lanzini. You know, I think he's a different player to Lanzini. I think he's more of without sounding crude, like a poor man's Santi Cazorla. You know, I think he's meant to be like a ticky over sort of player, you know, who keeps moving, like a noble replacement, basically. I think he's meant to be that sort of player, you know, ticks the ball, gets it to the better players. And I think with confidence, we will see a better funnels. But yeah, with the Masuaku thing, I thought we did really well when he came on. He went past a few players. And yeah, and give Anderson a rest. I think it's good that Diop actually was suspended as well. Give him a chance for a rest. He's played a lot of football, Diop, since he's been at West Ham. Funny. Can't believe Watford sacked their manager again. Think Houghton is going there. Still think we need a change in manager. Next few games will be key. I've sort of just touched on that, mate. Yeah, obviously for those you don't know, the Watford manager has just been sacked as well. Yeah, Chrissy Houghton's a good shout for them, I would suppose. I can't see Sean Dyche going there or any of sort of the other ones that are currently sort of linked with us. Can't see Rafa going there. Liao's not going to go there. So yeah, see what happens. I think in the next two games, if we don't win the next two or win one of the next two, possibly could take two draws. It's not two losses. If it's two losses, Pellegrini has to go, because then it's back to that. You run out of ideas, and maybe you got lucky because you played a Chelsea team that didn't have Tammy Abrahams, but then you could argue that Chelsea were playing a team without West Ham without Fabianski. So you know that it works both ways. Who says yes? I like the name Luke. So if you like the name, all the gear, no idea, please let me know. Neil from Down Under says the fact it took Pellegrini 5 weeks to make the changes we could all see he had to make says a lot about his one-track mind, and he only changed when almost all the fans were banned for blood. Again, touching on that, and for the last sort of 20 minutes this show's been running. The fact that it did take him 5 weeks to make them changes shows stubbornness. Obviously, there's the argument of can't change it straight away, and you have to, you know, play through the bad spells. But 8 games, I think it was, wasn't it? 8 games since the Oxford game. After 4, 5, change it. It took him 8, and for rumours and all this stuff about, Chris Yatton's been interviewed for the job, Eddie Howe's keen on the job, Rafa Benitez keen on the job, for him to actually go, okay, I'm going to change it now. Yeah, a big win, important win. No doubt winning has given him some reprieve. I think he really needs to win the next 3 games if he wants to have any chance of staying on as West Ham man. Do you think he needs to win all 3? I think he needs to win 3 in a row. I don't think he needs to win 3 in a row. I think we need to want a bit of a run in terms of staying undefeated. Maybe knock a sort of 4 games undefeated. Fun would be quite nice to go on again, wouldn't it? And then you sort of get back up into that top end of the table. It's still early enough to change your season round, because then Christmas now, games boom, 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 thick and fast. You can pick up points quick, but you can also drop points really quick. So this period now, Christmas time, vital for Pellegrini. Just checking if there was anything else. Yeah, so we're up to 13th, guys. After yesterday's game, if you haven't seen, obviously there are games going on today, which change a little bit today. That is the league table. Let me just remove that so you can actually see where we are. Yeah, so Liverpool still holding the top, absolutely flying away with it. Yeah, and we're into 13th there with 16 points. And as I say, if you look at it, guys, 3 points behind Wolves, who are our next game, and obviously Wolves are playing today. So really, we want Wolves to lose, to be honest with you, and then might have a chance to sort of go above them or go level with them anyway. Our goal difference, obviously, -6 doesn't look that great still. Okay. Oh yeah, like I say, Wolves up next. Let's go through my player ratings. Let me know your ratings as we go along. Let's start off with man of the moment, David Martin. Fantastic Premier League debut for him. Clean sheet. Win at a ground that we've not won at for 17 years. I'm going to give this man, purely because of just what he was like yesterday, I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. I was being harsh a little bit. Like, if it was not so emotional moment, I probably would have given him an 8. There was a couple of little flappy bits in there. Nothing major. Yeah, let's give him a 10 because for how emotional he made us feel. Okay, just before I carry on with this, I do like dropping in the comments every now and then because it is just has Pellegrini finally realised what the squad's limitations are? Our squad depth is woeful. The buck starts from the top. Ridiculous net spend this past summer window. Best of rest. I agree. Fair point. Good comment. If we finish 4th, would you wear a thong? I don't think my missus would let me, to be honest with you. She's quite a jealous woman. So yeah, you have to run it through her first. DJ Blokey, the real test comes Wednesday against Wolf. Can we follow this game with the same effort and passion? Yeah. So that whole show, if we have a lackluster performance, we don't press, we don't stay organised, we don't stay focused, we don't have willing runners, Chelsea game means nothing then. At the moment, yes, means loads. And a bit of a feel-good factor about the club again. But if we don't do anything on Wednesday night, that goes right back out the window and all the rumours start up again. So back to the ratings. Sorry, let me just get rid of that comment. This man, Fredericks, he did really well with Pulisic as well, I thought. He's coming on. He's getting better and better as every game goes on. He's still his distribution can be sort of question marked. Give him a good solid 7. He was brilliant. This man, I think he's, for me, joint man of the match with another guy that I'll talk about in a minute. This man is good. He does have a wobble every now and then. He goes like 5 or 6 brilliant games and then he has a couple of wobbles. But yesterday he was magnificent. Really strong. Dealt with Giroud well. Sort of organising that back four. Really, really good. He needs to be in that team whenever he's fit. He needs to be in there starting. Winner, definitely his best game for a long, long time. Organised. Alan Shearer was saying about it. How last week he didn't offer much at all. This week, again, strong. Another one, dealt with Giroud well. Really, really good performance from this man. And he can have a 8 out of 10. It gets a 10 for me. I thought he was brilliant. Well, again, wasn't his best performance last week, but yesterday, and down that wing, causing all sorts of mischief. And what a goal on the right foot as well. Brilliant goal. 8 out of 10 for me. Long may it continue this form that he, start and on a good run again, like what he used to play. This man, it's the £80 million player yesterday. We haven't seen it too much this season. I think he's been a bit tired, but yesterday, £80 million performance yesterday. Dominated his mate, who I'd love to see at West Ham one day, Mason Mount. And it's simple, nice passing, kept the play going, making up play. Brilliant, professional performance. Fantastic performance. Neil says O'Connor and Balbuena both played really well yesterday. I totally agree with you, mate. Next one. Fornals, as I said earlier, his best game in the West Ham shirt yesterday. Sort of started seeing what he's about yesterday. He was playing some lovely balls, sort of getting it out onto the wing quickly. His defensive work as well. I give him a 7.5. Yeah, more to come. And may his confidence continue to grow. Not Noble does what he does best, sets up the play, keeps it going, adds a bit of passion. He's the manager on the pitch. Brilliant performance. 8 out of 10. This man, probably the weakest one on the pitch yesterday. Again, needs a goal. Desperately needs a goal, this man. He's going to get the lowest rating out of them. He gets a 6 for me. And that's a bit harsh, but he gets a 6 for me. Neil agrees with Rice's best game in ages. Totally. Sorry. Snoddy, does what he does best. He puts in some dangerous corners. He runs about. He does them naughty fouls. He does them naughty little, wins free kicks well, with his little dives and things like that. He was doing the right stuff. He give people a clip when they needed a clip. And, just a really good performance for him. He gets a 7 out of 10 as well. This man, so I'm going to move to here. This man, was all sorts of mischief. Was unlucky not to get 3 goals, really, yesterday. He had the one disallowed. He had a header. He had the one that bobbled on his knee. Didn't end up with a goal yesterday. But brilliant performance. 9 out of 10 for me. Fantastic. Last one. This man, not fair if I don't give him a rating as well. Had the balls to drop Haller. Brought in Martin. Change of formation as well. Seemed organised for a change. Seemed like he'd actually done his research on the team. And for yesterday's performance, I give Pellegrini an 8 out of 10. And let's hope he can turn it around. Back in the comments. Certainly Funnel's best game. And for his, he also says Funnel's best game as well. A great cross to Antonio for that header. Really. Finally, nice to come on for a positive. Antonio was a beast, says for Sheezy. I say brilliant to come back for a positive. Thank you for all the positive comments as well, guys, for the last 2 podcasts we've done, obviously, with Gonzo and Gio. I think they're going down really well when we're having some. We can't get a guest every week, just our sort of schedules sort of line up every now and then. We've got about 3 shows left, the 100th show. There's a few people I want to get on, even if they're not on before the 100th show. I want Ryan Archer from West Ham Fan TV. Definitely, he's the guy who sort of inspired me to start this channel. Because I won the West Ham Fan TV competition for the signed Zarate shirt about 4 or 5 years ago. Obviously, that got me, and I hadn't really been into West Ham YouTube then. I started watching West Ham YouTube, and it was like, yeah, I like this guy. And then Ryan turned up my door with a signed shirt, and it was like, yeah, I fancy a bit of this, Obviously, I'd like to get X on. Dave Walker's a big one I would love to have on the show as well. Nikki from West Ham Fan TV as well. There's a few that I'd like to get on. Kevin Slade, for any of you know him. Sex, Drugs and Carlton Cole. I'll have to get him on as well. Let me know if there's any guests that you'd like to see on our podcast, guys, from the West Ham YouTube community. As I say, you guys know Hammer and Talk, and if you can get him in touch with me, I'd love to have him on as well. Hammers Fan says, we've won all we've won all top 6 in the last 4 years, apart from United. Hopefully later. Nice. Agree with your man of the match and ratings. Agree Anderson just not showing what he can do. Still trying too many flicks and tricks instead of doing the simple things. Yeah, I think that's it. I think maybe he needs to go a little bit more basic. He don't run at players anymore. Last season he had so much, dynamism. I think I pronounced that right. He ran at players. He was taking them curling shots at the edge of the box. It's brilliant, Up and down. I think it was probably our best game of the season so far, as not only did we keep a clean sheet, we actually beat the top 4 side. Yeah, probably that and the Norwich game was a really, really good performance as well. Like Man United was a great result, but I wouldn't say it was the best performance. I think Man United were just so poor that. But yeah, yesterday was our best performance. We actually looked like a team. I think that's key, not just individuals. Hammers fan says, what about Tom or Mike from West Ham Fan TV? Yeah, good ones. Definitely will get in touch with as many as I can. Probably the biggest shock would be if Lee, those of you who have been with the channel for a long time, if Lee was ever to come back onto a show. Mr. Controversial. He's willing to come back on a show, guys. So maybe if we're all nice to him, he might come on. Anything else you guys would like me to talk about? I'll give you like a sort of couple of minutes if there's any sort of topics that you feel that need to be covered. Obviously, big weekend of sport next week as well. Obviously, those of you in the chat, I don't know whether any of you are boxing fans. Even if you're not, I assume you'll be watching the Anthony Joshua fight. So we've got West Ham on Monday against Arsenal. The Anthony Joshua fight Saturday. There's some great sport going on this weekend. I can't wait. I'm buzzing for it. My missus won't like it, but I don't care. Having the English core in the team yesterday gave the passion back to foreigners and stuff. Yeah, you do need that. You need that Britishness in the team. You need that West Ham fan in the team, and yeah, funny, and the foreigners can start. They start realizing what it is about. Play for a Premier League club, not just West Ham, Newcastle. Look at Newcastle yesterday. What result that was. What goals in that game as well. Just try it. Newcastle try it, and that's something that West Ham need to keep doing. Now they need to try. And if you try, you got a chance. Even against the best in the world, you got a chance. But yeah, if you turn up just thinking you're going to win, or turn up just thinking, you know what, I'm a good player. I really have to run. I'll get the ball and do something. And you're going to get found out in the Premier League. I think I'll wrap it up there, guys, because not really much else to talk about. We'll get a podcast out. It's either going to be before the Wolves game or after. Obviously, it won't be on the night of the Wolves game because users will be there or be watching it. It'll be a bit pointless going live talking about Wolves when I'm trying to watch the game as well. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the new Sunday show. If you have got any other names you can think of for the show, I think I quite like the name actually. All the gear, no idea. Just one more there from Fashizi. What would it take to change the fans' opinion on Pellegrini and his future? Win games. You win games. This goes away. You lose games, all of a sudden the stadium's the fault, the board's fault. Then the board start going, it's the fans' fault. Win games, all goes away. It's a results business. Do you know what I mean? When we're winning last season, we were, all that protest stuff that all went away. As soon as you start losing, negativity builds. All that negativity builds. Zarate in my West Ham 2010-11. So anyone, if you did watch the podcast, I did my West Ham 2010s 11, and Zarate, I forgot about him. He was a good little player. He was. Diarmi as well. I didn't put Diarmi in. He was good for that season for us as well, wasn't he? Fashizi, just show some passion, mate. Read it yesterday. Exactly. I just like showing everyone's comment just to show that I appreciate every single comment that comes in this show. That's it for today, guys. Like I say, we will be back in a week. I hope you've enjoyed it. How good is it to actually be talking about good things and not moaning about this mistake and that mistake and this player not doing it and that player not doing it? How good feeling is it to actually be here with a win? I'm so happy I can go and work. There's a Chelsea fan in my work. Listen, I love the guy. Big shout out to him, but he's going to get it tomorrow. Like I say, I absolutely love the guy, but he's going to get it tomorrow. because he was so confident that they'd beat us. Anyway, guys, on your irons, keep believing, onwards and upwards. Let's turn it around now, hopefully, and hopefully we can have some positivity now up to Christmas. Laters, guys.